What have you guys got me into today?
Survival.
Survival?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We are at, hold my coffee, we're doing survival. We're at the American Survival Company in Hinesville, Arkansas, where Matt is gonna turn this into this. All right, Matt, you're the owner of American Survival Company here in Hinesville. Thanks for having us out today.
Absolutely, thank you guys for coming.
So interested in the story of the company and, you know, kind of what it offers Northwest Arkansas, but this is a unique company, to say the least, survival skills.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our real goal and focus is people are going out and spending time in the wilderness, having a good time, giving them some skills to put in their back pocket. So in the event of getting lost or, you know, mechanical injury on the trail, they've got basic minimum skills to get them out of there.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of our viewers.
Okay.
Can they do something like this? If they're apprehensive about trying something like this, talk to them.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of families that come out, moms, dads, kids, those types of things. All of our courses are family friendly. So they'll come out and all these things they're doing together, and you see them getting out in nature and experiencing these things together and enjoying that time together. They're not just getting skills and knowledge, but like they're creating memories, you know, for a lifetime. And so, you know, it's really serious stuff. We take all this stuff really serious. But we want to have fun doing it too and making a memorable experience for all of our folks that come out to train.
So earlier, you know, I had the sunglasses on, producer putting makeup on me. So now it's time to get tough.
Okay.
What are some of the survival techniques you're going to teach me today?
So we're going to talk about friction fire, specifically bow drill fire. We're going to talk about the fundamentals of building shelters, and then we're going to talk about water purification and procurement.
All right. Does watching the movie Castaway a lot of times give me a head start? Because I have seen the film.
Yeah, if you've seen Castaway, you're already like here. You're good to go.
All right, let's go have some fun. Matt, we got to start somewhere. What is step one of survival?
Step one, in my mind, the most important skill, at least initial skill we need to learn, is how to create fire. Most people who perish in the wilderness, statistically speaking, is day hikers. They were only going out for a day, so they didn't have a lot of stuff. And typically it's inclement weather that's the cause of their demise. So fire opens the door to lots of things: water purification, it can be shelter, keeping you warm, cooking your food, the list goes on and on. I kind of like to have a lot of tools in my toolbox for this skill because it's the most important one, foundation.
All right, what do we got here then?
So what we have here, this is a bow drill kit made up of a few components.
Yeah, and all of this stuff, if you have a string, can be found out in survival mode.
Absolutely. So let's, we need something to catch our coal on. So we're gonna use a dry leaf to do that. All right, let's see if we can generate a little coal dust, warm up our board.
Happens fairly quick.
Yeah, we start seeing smoke pretty quickly.
Just that's encouraging.
Yeah. So I've got that building up. I'm going to increase a little bit of speed and a little bit of downward pressure. And I should, hopefully, have a coal. Right on. So we can let this sit for a minute and for that ember to kind of solidify.
See, that's the first misnomer right there, because I would have thought you'd immediately put the bundle on top.
And that's a big thing that happens, especially people in a survival situation don't know that. They did all this work creating this kit and then there it goes. So just chill, catch your breath, get all of your stuff ready. And we're just gonna we're gonna bring this down to it, because on a windy day, if I try and pick this up, there may go my coal. So careful as we can. Try and dump our embers.
Right into your bundle. I know it's survival step one,
Woo.
but it also looks cool as hell.
So yeah. So we get this thing going. It's a pretty reliable source if you practice it and have some experience doing it. I've taken kits that sat in the rain for 24 hours and then ice came in, completely covered in ice, just knocked that ice off of them, and crank out a coal and get a fire going. It's a little more difficult, but it's definitely doable.
Right.
But the next is my favorite, probably, well, my second favorite. We'll get to my favorite. There are lots of things on the market we can buy, but for my money, nothing really beats just a cotton ball with some Vaseline on it or some petroleum jelly on it.
All right, just kind of spread it open a little bit.
Yep. And then you're just gonna take this guy with the edge away from you, kind of tilted, because we want that sharp edge to cut into that. And you'll leave that dude in place, and you're gonna pull up and back to create your spark.
So my left hand's moving,
Yep.
not my right hand.
Absolutely.
Leave the blade hand still.
Yeah, that way we can aim where that spark's gonna go to.
All right.
Look at
Oh
that.
my gosh, that was so easy.
You're an expert already, I told you.
I can survive anything.
He saw Castaway and he was already an expert, see?
I can burn a cotton ball.
Right, there
No,
you go.
but that is a lot easier than I thought it would be, you know? So
Yeah, absolutely.
now you mentioned that you even have a more favorite way than the Pharaoh.
Yeah, and this is my favorite. Of all the ways there are to create fire, this is my favorite right here.
Don't
Look, I
make
made fire. Look, I made fire. Look, I mean.
That was a lot faster than this.
Absolutely.
So we've started a fire, now we got to survive in another realm, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Hi, Laura.
Hey,
I'm Aaron.
nice to meet you.
You're one of the instructors here. What made you want to do that?
I don't know, it's a bit of a long story. I was always kind of a tomboy when I was younger, and then, I don't know, one day last year I attended an event here at American Survival and just kind of fell in love with all of it. And I started talking to Matt, and one thing led to another, and here I am.
So prior to that, you didn't have a whole lot of survival or any survival experience?
No, I had none.
Really?
Yes, none.
So that's a perfect example of maybe our viewers, you know, they can do this too.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's important for girls too, because not a lot of us get out here and learn how to do stuff like this. So and I've had an absolute blast, and I think that it's been really good for me too. And I would really like to be able to share that with other people.
Sure, I will. You must like it if you invested enough time to become an instructor,
Yeah,
right?
a little bit.
So this shelter has a backstory with you. It's personal to you because you actually lived in this shelter
I did.
for a period of time.
I did. I built her. I haven't named her yet, but I did build her.
You survived here.
Yeah.
This one for 5 nights.
Yep, for 5 nights. This was my home.
And it wasn't exactly toasty weather.
No, so the day we got out here, it decided to sleet, and it was about 20 degrees. Everything was frozen, and if it wasn't yet frozen, it was on its way to being frozen. Starting a fire was one of the most difficult things I think I've done in my entire life. And like you just saw with Matt, like I know he rocked that out, right? That was super simple. And then that day, that was a rough day.
So did you use the cotton ball? I gotta know. Did you use
So I've
the
actually
friction?
got my bow
Oh,
drill
you've got
kit
the
right there that I
bow.
used. Yeah,
Okay.
so that was the one that I used to start my fire that night.
Back to your survival week, it was sleeting that night and
Yes.
those nights. So yeah, you wanted to build this, but it actually helped you get through the night on a serious level because
Yeah.
it was the precipitation was coming down. It was freezing.
Well, I mean, next to fire, shelter is one of the most important things when you're in a survival
Yeah.
situation, right? So fire keeps you warm, helps your morale, and it offers protection. Well, this offers protection and morale as well. So if you have someplace where you can be, where you feel safe, and you've got your fire going, you know, you're set. You're on a great path to making
Yeah.
it out of the situation that you're in.
So we've hit shelter, we've hit fire. Now, number 3, let's hit water purification.
Okay.
So there are lots of different ways that we can purify water, but if you're smart, you use something modern, carry it with you, doesn't take up a lot of weight.
This is fresh water, but it doesn't look like I don't need to be drinking any part of that.
We
It looks
wouldn't-
muddy and murky and nasty.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to drink the raw live water.
Yeah.
And so we're going to use this Grail filtration system to get this water where it's safe for us to drink. The other nice thing is I'm not carrying 10 gallons of water. I've got something I can refill and drink from over and over.
Goes back to the least amount of space and the least amount of weight on your pack.
Absolutely.
All right, let's check it
Absolutely.
out.
All right, so this kind of works like a French press. to make coffee, right? So pull this out, there's some water. All we gotta do is get a little water in our cup here. Get that seated. And then we're gonna push this, basically we're gonna, our pressure we're gonna put down is gonna force that water through this filter into our cup, and it's gonna be safe to drink. So just press this guy down.
So nice and slow it looks like.
It takes a little downward force to press it through, but as we're pressing it, it's doing all the purification for us. So now every bit of water that's pressed through that and is in our container is perfectly safe to drink. So yeah, you're gonna be bold enough to give it a go?
If you say it's safe, I guess I'll trust you.
It's good.
Yeah, a little country cocktail.
Yeah,
a little survival syrup.
Yep.
I just have a minnow in my mouth. Just joking. No, it tastes pretty good. I mean, comparatively speaking, you know.
Right.
I'm starting to feel more and more like a survival with every one of these elements that you're teaching me. I tell you what.
That's the idea. The idea is next time you go on a hike, you're going to be like, all right, I feel a little more confident, and if something does happen, I got the skills I need.
Awesome. Well, I mean, really just bring an open mind.
Yeah.
And, you know, ability to learn and want to survive, right?
Yeah, and have fun. That's
and
a
have
big
fun with
part of it for us is having fun out
Speaking of having fun, I want to get more into the survival look. I want some war paint.
Yeah.
So what we got here?
Go right ahead.
Let's see what we got. Survival at its best. Hey, are you subscribed yet? You better do so in order to never miss a segment. Click below and subscribe today.